spool up and strap in. You're watching Simblitz. Today, we take on the ultimate test of range, endurance, and immersion. This is Singapore Flight 24, the longest flight in the world. From the bustling city of Singapore, all the way to the heart of New York City. And we're doing it in style, with the newly released A350 ULR. A true long-haul machine, purpose-built for missions just like this. Today, everything is pushed to the limits. So settle in, because this isn't just a flight, it's a cinematic journey across the planet. Alrighty, here we are, down in the flight deck of the A350 ULR. This is where it all begins. Today's mission, Singapore 24, over 9,500 nautical miles ahead of us. No stops, no shortcuts. Before we can even think about taking off, we need to get our clearance out of Singapore. It's a complex route across the planet. So I'm going to contact clearance and get our IFR to New York.
Changi clearance, g'day Singapore 24, looking to pick up our IFR clearance to New York.
Singapore 24, you are cleared to JFK. Expect runway 02 center with the TOMA. 3 Alpha departure. Initial climb will be 10,000 feet. Contact ground on 0.75 when ready.
Alrighty, clearance is in. I'm starting to realise this isn't just a flight, it's a marathon. And right now, the A350 is nearly ready to take its first step. So let's wrap up our final prep and get her set for pushback.
Cockpit to ground, we're ready for pushback.
Taxiing is underway here, and I've got to say, the A350 is feeling surprisingly nimble for how heavy we are. Our takeoff weight today is 280 tonne. This is it, over 9,500 nautical miles ahead of us, crossing multiple time zones, weather systems, and some of the busiest oceanic corridors on Earth. But either way, we're lined up on the runway. It's time to get out of here. Takeoff thrust set. Airspeed's alive. I think this is the slowest takeoff I've ever had. 100 knots. I'm just slowly watching the end of the runway, approaching the aircraft. Thankfully, we're finally starting to pick up some speed.
V1.
And rotate. And just like that, we're leaving Singapore behind as we slowly climb up on this epic adventure across the globe. We've just passed through 10,000 feet, the seatbelt sign's off, and the climb is going smooth. The city is slowly fading in the haze behind us, and ahead is nothing but open skies. This is where the A350 begins to shine. Long-range cruising, ultra-fuel efficiency, and an advanced automated cockpit. She really is built for this exact type of mission. But either way, we've still got a few step climbs ahead of us. At the moment, we're climbing up to flight level 320. But for now, we'll settle in and enjoy these stunning views. And we've reached our first cruise, flight level 320. We've still got quite a while ahead of us, but now it's time we chat. Today, we're also testing out the update for the A350. iniBuilds dropped a massive update, adding the ULR variant to the lineup. Not only that, but it included a plethora of fixes and additional stuff added to the aircraft. We've seen a slight improvement in performance as the back-end systems have been streamlined, which I've personally noticed in 2020. 2020 for me was always hard to run the A350. Frame rates were considerably lower compared to 2024, but finally they're coming on par. Not only that, but we also see more scenarios in the EFB, adding another level to immersion as we can simulate smoke in the cabin, unruly passenger, along other things. Visually, things have gotten sharper around the cockpit with the textures, and we also see the all-new feature of emergency slides now added. Just another level of immersion that's being added into the A350. But either way, let's jump back into the flight as we're approaching one of my most favourite countries. It's just before sunset here, and we're treated to an absolutely stunning view. Japan is just off our left wing, one of the most breathtaking and spectacular countries in the world. We're going to follow Japan the whole way up the coastline to the Pacific Ocean. From there, the rest of the flight will just be open oceans. Just crossed over the coastline and we're now in Canada. We're finally done with the Pacific Ocean and back over land. We're at our top of cruise now at 41,000 feet. The rest of the flight is pretty mundane as we slowly approach JFK. We finally made it, the final stretch. After nearly 18 hours across ocean, ice and darkness, we're now in the deep American airspace, and we've begun our descent into New York. We're getting radar vectors for the ILS 04 ride. Air traffic control is going to be weaving us through some of the busiest airspace in the country. So as our flight slowly draws to a close, fatigue creeps in and everything needs to be sharp. ATC is vectoring us in a very interesting way. We're dodging all the traffic, but we're flying right over the airport. It looks like we're going to bank back around and intercept the localizer for 04 right. I want to get set up and prepared for this landing a bit early. So we're going to configure the aircraft much further out than we normally would. I'm exhausted, fatigued, and I want to make sure I get this down. Cabin crew, prepare for landing. We're just rolling out now on the extended final for runway 04 ride. We'll intercept the localizer as we get closer, but I want to get configured early. I don't want to take any chances. I'm really fatigued and exhausted from this flight. It's been amazing, but tiring. After nearly 19 hours, it all builds up to this. One approach, one landing, and one final stretch. It's where the long haul meets the hands-on. The systems fade into the background, and it's just you, the aircraft, and the runway ahead. So it's time to bring this flight to an end.
Each arm. 10, 5.
What a landing that was. I was absolutely exhausted by that point. But as we finally draw this flight to a close, I just want to say I can't thank you enough for watching and supporting the channel. I wasn't even planning on making this video, but I had some footage from when I was testing it out. But either way, I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to give it a like. It really helps me out. And let me know down in the comments whatever you want to see next. I read and reply to each and every one of you. And if you could, hit subscribe if you want to see more of my content. It really helps me out, and I can't thank you guys enough. Until next time, I'll catch you then.